Wildlife reproduction is wild indeed. Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today we're exploring the top 10 most bizarre reproduction methods in the animal kingdom, from gender changing to asexual reproduction and battles. So, without any more delay, let's get started. Number 10. Sex change. Many animal species change their sex under certain circumstances, a phenomenon known as sequential hermaphroditism. This occurs primarily in fish, plants, and invertebrates. Examples include swamp eels, parrotfish, wrasse, gobies, clownfish, as well as certain shrimp. Some species switch from male to female, protandry, while others change from female to male, protogyne. For instance, if there's a shortage of males, the biggest female bluehead wrasse may transform into male to ensure reproductive success. She changes her behavior in minutes, and her color in hours. In 10 days only, her ovary becomes a testis and it is making sperm. In another example, if the dominant female of a clownfish group dies, the largest male will undergo a sex change to replace her. Many species of parrotfish and wrasse are protogynous hermaphrodites. They start as females and can transform into males as they grow and develop. Number 9. Sexual parasitism. In some species of anglerfish, the male fuses onto the female's body, essentially becoming a parasitic sperm-producing organ. This is called sexual parasitism. The males of the species are much smaller than the females, and rely on the females for food and protection from predators. The males give nothing back except the sperm which the females need in order to produce the next generation. The mating system in these species is polyandrous, which means that the female may have 2 or more males as parasites at the same time. Number 8. Virgin birth. Some animals can develop an embryo from an unfertilized egg cell. This is a type of asexual reproduction called parthenogenesis. There are several species capable of asexual reproduction, such as turkeys, sharks, pigeons, zebra finches, quail, Komodo dragons, crocodiles, and whiptail lizards. Such animals can lay eggs that develop into viable offspring without fertilization by a male. A lot of times, however, the produced offspring are not viable. In addition, virgin quail and turkey hens exhibiting parthenogenesis have reduced reproductive performance following mating. In another example, some species of whiptail lizards are entirely female and reproduce through parthenogenesis. They engage in mating behaviors, but the mating is a social interaction rather than a reproductive one. Parthenogenesis is more common in simpler life forms, such as insects, flatworms, snails, and fungi. Number 7. Sex determination. In humans, the sex of an individual is determined by the presence of sex chromosomes. Interestingly though, in the animal kingdom, there exist remarkable examples that departure from human sex assignment mechanisms. Honeybees exhibit a system where the eggs of the queen bee transform into either female workers or male drones contingent upon fertilization. Here, fertilized eggs lead to female workers, while unfertilized ones lead to male drones. This process underlines the role of fertilization in determining sex. Similarly, gull wasps display a curious phenomenon known as the litochae, wherein females generate daughters without the need for fertilization. Another aspect is temperature-dependent sex determination, observed solely in teleost fish and reptiles, such as crocodilians and turtles. Their eggs are affected by the temperature at which they are incubated, during the middle one-third of embryonic development. After that period, sex is unresponsive to temperature and sex reversal is impossible. Number 6. Embryo on hold. Some animals use a reproductive strategy called embryonic diapause. It refers to the temporary suspension of development of the embryo. The arrest in development of the embryo occurs at the blastocyst stage in over 130 mammal species, such as kangaroos, some rodents, bears, armadillos, and badgers. It is also commonly observed in other animal families, such as insects and fish. The process occurs at the blastocyst stage. The blastocyst does not immediately implant in the uterus after the production of a zygote, but instead remains in a non-dividing state of dormancy. This usually happens when the conditions are not favorable for survival and growth. Diapause provides a survival advantage to offspring, because birth or emergence of young can be timed to coincide with the most hospitable conditions, regardless of when mating occurs or length of gestation. Number 5. Male pregnancy. In most animal species, including humans, offspring are carried by the female until birth. However, there are a few species where the females have passed this task to the male individuals. The most well-known example is the male seahorses. In seahorses, females deposit eggs into the male's brood pouch for fertilization. Then, male seahorses carry and give birth to their offspring. Other examples include the pipefish and the weedy and leafy sea dragons. Number 4. Record-breaking anatomy. Barnacles have the longest male reproductive organ relative to body size in the animal kingdom. They even hold a Guinness record for this feat. Their bodies often measure just a few centimeters long, but their male reproductive organs can extend up to 8 times their body size. Their Guinness World Record stands at up to 40 times their body size. This enables them to mate with other barnacles that are positioned at a distance. Since they are stuck in place for life, their super long organs allow them to reach and deposit sperm inside their neighbors. Their organ size also depends on where they live. If humans had the same ratio as barnacles, their reproductive organs would be about 50 feet or 15 meters, which is the length of a humpback whale. Barnacles have one more interesting feature: they are usually hermaphrodites, which means they possess both male and female reproductive organs or characteristics. Before we get into the top 3, please note that there are links to related articles in the description of this video. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Number 3. Offerings. Some male spiders sacrifice their own front legs to their female love interest to keep them distracted long enough to get busy. They offer it to females as part of a courtship ritual. However, they are not the only 8-legged animals to do so. Giant Pacific male octopuses have a specialized arm called a hectocotylus, which they detach and give to the female to fertilize her eggs. The hectocotylus has sperm packets, which the female stores in her specialized storage, until she is ready to fertilize her eggs. This is an important gift for the females of the species, as they only breed a single time in their life. Number 2. Fencing. Now, let's talk about flatworms. Certain species of flatworms engage in a behavior known as penis fencing. Now, don't worry, it's not as intense as it sounds. In this unusual ritual, 2 individuals use their sharp, extendable penises to engage in a gentle duel. It's like a gentle contest where each tries to penetrate the other's body. The one that doesn't emerge victorious ends up receiving sperm from the other. The species which engage in the practice are hermaphroditic. Each individual has both egg-producing ovaries and sperm-producing testes. Number 1. Sibling rivalry. At the top, we have a behavior known as sibling rivalry. This one, though, is quite different from the kind we might experience with our own brothers and sisters. In the world of nature, some species, such as the sand tiger shark, the fire salamander, and certain types of fish, engage in a practice called intrauterine cannibalism. This intriguing behavior happens inside the womb during the early stages of development. What happens is that the strongest embryo, driven by a competitive urge, consumes its own siblings as a means of gaining an advantage. While it might seem surprising, this strategy serves a purpose in the natural world. It helps ensure that the strongest individuals have a better chance of survival, even before they are born. Which of these strategies amazed you the most? Let us know in the comment section below. Until next time, keep exploring and learning.